55 Sports. This is The Locker Room.
And with that, we say good evening, everyone. Welcome inside the final locker room for 2022. I am Justin Prince. No Elijah tonight. He's got the night off. Thanks so much for making us a part of your Friday night. Hard to believe, but we are just about to enter the final stretch of the high school hoops season here in the Hoosier State. The girls have just about a month left. The boys have just about two. But before we get into the thick of things there, plenty of area teams stretching their legs this week at some holiday hoops tournaments and shootouts. We've got action from all across Northeast Indiana, from Huntington to Angola and beyond, so buckle up, because here we go. We're going to start things tonight up in Angola, boys edition of the 2022 Parkview Sports Medicine Holiday Shootout, and we've got a good one on tap. 2A number 1 Blackhawk taking on unbeaten 3A number 5 West Noble, and Gage Sefton's going to start this highlight with a bang. He comes up with a steal, takes it back for the we're going to call it a dunk. Plus the foul. 3-point play puts Blackhawk up 3. But back the other way, the Chargers answer. Austin Kripe. Kripe's this kid is good. Bangs home a 3-ball, and we are all tied up. But the Braves would make a run after that. Check out this ball movement. And then Sefton attacking the rim. Going to finish at the cup. West Noble needs a timeout, but it wouldn't help things. A little bit later on, good ball movement once again. You're going to see Kellen Pickett inside for 2. Blackhawk takes a 12-point lead to recess. But after the break, West Noble comes charging right on back. Kripe, you're going to see him hit another 3-ball from the wing. Then a little bit later in transition, Kripe, I told you this kid is good, guys. Good take, game high 34 for the Bethel signing. The lead is down to single digits, but this Blackhawk team is just too good. Off the turnover, Sefton, another finish at the rim. Team high 24 for the Grace commit. Blackhawk hands West Noble their first loss of the year, 71-58 final. Second matchup from the PSM Holiday Shootout. The Wayne Generals, they're 7-1 on the year, squaring off with Marquette Catholic. Generals beat Fairfield in their first matchup. Up on the Blazers in the third now. Monty Smith attacking the rack. 10 points, 4 assists for Smith. Wayne up 8. But the Blazers, hey, they would hang around. Jason Kobe, looking like Kobe. Floater finds bottoms, cuts that General lead back down to 6, but then Javon Lewis Jr. would take over. Off the inbounds, Lewis gonna can the corner 3-ball. A little bit later, how about 3 the old-fashioned way for the young fella? Hoop plus the harm, that puts Wayne on top by 10. And he wasn't finished in the fourth. Lewis, another tough take to the cup here. Game high 30 points, 4 assists. Generals end their day 2-0 with a 70-53 victory. Next matchup at Shrine comes courtesy of Northside and Fairfield. Former USF star Derek Heinen and the Falcons taking on Tay Johnson and the Legends. Tay hot to start this one. Check this out. Pretty good football player he is. 4-star recruit. Apparently he can hoop too. Drills the step back 3-ball, puts the Legends up by 15. Falcons doing their best to hang around. Tyson Fry gets the ball inside. He's going to hit the fadeaway in the post, cuts that lead down to 11, but Northside would hold their distance before the break. Tay, the pilfer, he's going to take it back for the pair. Northside's lead is a dozen at the break. Fairfield, they would try to keep things close after the half. You're going to see a turnover, and it's going to get Seth Yoder free for a fast break bucket. But Northside has Tay Johnson, and Fairfield does not. Check out this pass in transition. Tay to Bodie Dickerson. You saw the other end of that during football season. Bodie to Tay. Looked pretty good there on that one. And then Tay, the steal, the slam. 19 points for him. Northside rolls 58-40. They dropped their second game, though. Finished the day 1-1. Final game at Trine today. Rod Chambles, Northrop Bruins squaring off with Michigan City. Tight game in the fourth, but then the Wolves started to pull away. Alan Briggs cannon the tray ball from the left wing. Next Bruin possession, you're going to see him show off the defense here. Picks Jaden Schmenk's pocket, takes it back for the bucket. Team high 15 from Briggs. Wolves open up a 14-point lead. Bruins trying to hang around. Devontae Carter gets into the lane, drops home the floater, cuts the lead down to a dozen. A little bit later on in transition, Dahlman Alexander getting to the cup. He had 11, leads back to 10, but they would never get any closer than that. Britton Franklin right here to the rack with authority. He pitched in with 14 as Michigan City wins with ease, 64-45. Bruins drop both games they play today. Make our way down to Huntington now. Third place game of the Huntington North Holiday Tourney. All NEA affair in this one. Host Vikings taking on New Haven. Early on, Vikes lead, but Darion Brooks has his pass tipped to Jeremiah Cottrell, who sinks the floater. Cuts that Vikings lead down to just one. Shortly after, Vikings answer, though. Eric Hostler shredding the defense with the sweet hop step. Follows through. Huntington North retakes the lead. This one back and forth in the first half. Cottrell dishes it to Brooks. He is open whenever he is on the court. 3-ball ties the game back up. Back the other way, though. Hosler going to answer with a 3 of his own. Vikings retake the 3-point lead, but in the second half, New Haven doing New Haven things. Brooks gets it off the steal. You're going to see him here throw down the jam. 2 hands for safety. Bulldogs take the lead. They go on to take third place in the tourney, 44-38. Your final today. Staying out at Bob Strait Court, 5th place game of the Huntington North tourney. Snyder squaring off with Arsenal Tech out of Indianapolis. Pick things up late in the first. Titans starting to build on a small lead here. They force the turnover. In transition, it's Darius Banks with the bucket. And then in the second, still building on that lead, Malik Hassani left alone in the corner, cashes in on the triple try. That caps an 8-0 Tech run. They take a 7-point lead. Snyder would stop the bleeding a bit after that. Kieran Billingsley, tough take to the cup, cuts the lead back down to 5, but Tech would take over before the break. They force the turnover off the inbounds. You're going to see Hassani throwing it down in transition. Titans led by 10 at half. Snyder, though, would keep it close. Landon Fry, you're going to see him splash home the corner 3-ball, but Tech would hold them off late. Titans take this one, 59-54. Snyder finishes 6th at the Holiday Tourney. Final stop on the boys' side of things comes in Decatur. Belmont hosting cross-county rival tonight. South Adams pick things up in the second quarter. Braves nursing a lead, but adding on to it, Gavin Kroll finds Jack Scheinman in the corner. He jacks and hits the 3-ball. Team high 15 for him, leads to double digits later in the frame. 20-point game. South Adams trying to get back in this thing. Titus Lehman lays it in. He had 16, and the Stars weren't done. Kyle Minger dishing to Gavin Myers for the long ball. Lead down to 15. And they kept on coming. Good ball movement here in the third. Gets Lehman open for the pull-up Jimmy. And then a little bit later, you're going to see Lehman calling his own number. Spin move. Gets himself open for a float game. You can make it an 11-point contest, but it was all Belmont the rest of the night. Off the steal, Scheinman going to come away with an easy bucket. Team high 15 for him once again. Belmont cruises in this one tonight, 54-30 the final. Hey, speaking of South Adams, we're going to make our way back down to Bern. The Lady Starfires in action today. They host 2A number 3 and undefeated Central Noble. Cougs got things rolling quick. Megan Keeble puts home 2 over 8. CN goes up 8, and they were not done. Second quarter, How about McKenna Malcolm finding Madison Weiss in the lane? Weiss gets the bucket. That swells the lead all the way up to 12. Next possession, Cougs go right back to Miss Weiss. This time, you're going to see her show off the range. Game high 23 for the Spring Arbor commit, but hey, give the Stars some credit. They wouldn't go down without a fight. Peyton Priest draws the triple team that gets Lainey Troush open for the board and the bucket plus the foul. But this one, all Cougs in the end. They remain unbeaten, move to 15-0 on the season. They win 42-30. Make our way out to Warsaw now. Lady Tiger tournament title game, 12-3 Warsaw, ranked number 13 in 4A, taking on top-ranked, unbeaten South Bend, Washington. The Panthers got cooking early. Raya Wilson lobs ahead to Amaya Reynolds for the bucket. A little bit later, Wilson starts joining the fun. She gets on the board. She finishes the drive. That puts Washington up by 4 early, and then shortly after, you're going to see Rashunda Jones. This Washington team just spoiled with so much talent. The Purdue signee fights her way to the cup to get the score. Panthers start this game off on a 6-0 run. They didn't slow down later in the first half. Kira Reynolds showing off the QB skills to Amaya, coast-to-coast connection. Hey, Lady Tigers, they would try to hang in this thing early. Freshman Brooke Zartman finds another Brooke. This one's the Winchester variety. Cuts into that lead, but the Panthers just too much tonight. Washington dominating the boards here. Kira Reynolds fights off the defender, gets the rebound of the stick pack. Panthers win 70-49 to claim the Warsaw tourney title. Staying out at the Tigers' Den, Lady Tigers third place game. 4A number 10, Columbia City taking on Chesterton, and the Eagles came out of the gates on fire. Kendra Sheets with the dime to Addie Baxter. She finishes to give C City the 9-0 lead early, and they kept on piling on. Sheets draining the 3-ball right here. Eagles start this game on a 12-0 run, and they weren't letting off the gas. Check out this passing here. Going to result in a 3-ball for Tessa Tonkel. Eagles lead it 21-6, and they weren't finished. Next possession, Baxter going coast to coast for the beautiful finish. Makes that a 17-point game, and C-City rolling in this one tonight. They go on to take the third place finish out in Warsaw. They win this one 64-34.